you are always dealing with one person. Hello, it's John, it's the Marketing for Owners podcast. It's episode 447. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I give you a little tip that will help you create your self-marketing company. Now this will enable your business to just increase its effectiveness with its marketing so you don't have to worry. These are only sort of 10 minutes, and on Wednesdays there is the expert interview series. This Wednesday, which is episode, 448, tomorrow, is Mark Schaefer. Mark Schaefer is actually voted generally number 1 or number 2 in the world as influencer in social media. He is a big deal. If you haven't read one of Mark Schaefer's books, such as The Tao of Twitter or The Content Code, then you've not been listening. You must do. And he's a nice bloke. On Fridays, we have the new Ones to Watch series of interviews where I interview either up-and-coming people or people you may not have heard of because they're possibly not quite as famous, but they are doing great things and they've got lessons that we can all learn from. They're always good people, by the way. So back to today, talking about one person. Now, this comes about because I get a lot of emails and I do not like to be included as a group of you people, customers like you, etc. I'm a me. I'm just me. Now, whether I'm buying as for my business, where we have a whole bunch of staff and it's a company, whether it's that or whether it's personal or whatever, I want to be treated as me. And it's the same for your customers or your potential customers. So something the other day, someone wrote to me, trying to think who it was now, I can't remember. And this is what got me thinking. It said, as a loyal subscriber. I'm not a subscriber. I'm me. I'm John. Don't think of me as part of your list, as a subscriber, as a member. Treat me as a person. Don't think of me as a company owner. Don't think of me in that way. I'm an individual. So take my fire protection company. We sell to some huge organisations. We sell to councils. We sell to governments. We've even sold to Buckingham Palace. God bless you, ma'am. And I'm saluting whatever we're supposed to do. But when we sold to Buckingham Palace, we didn't sell to Buckingham Palace, we sold to the individual person who placed the order. Now that individual person may place another order. In fact, they probably have, I didn't check up on that. But so we, as a business, need to build a relationship with that individual person, not with Buckingham Palace. We are not, the Queen is not going to be reading our emails. Yes, I know, Mum, I know she listens to this podcast and is an avid listener. Thank you very much for your patronage, Your Majesty. But of course, our emails is unlikely. It is the person. Now, the person may have been a manager, they could have had any kind of level of position. We need to just think of them as a human. So that person, they commute to work, they listen to podcasts, they read books, they watch TV, they go to movies. Try and think of them as an individual. This really will help your communication. And whether it's by social media, if you're tweeting, when you're tweeting out, don't think that you're tweeting out en masse, sending out your offers into the Twitter sphere. Imagine you are sending a tweet to your ideal customer, your one type of person, to an individual. When you are sending emails, when you're writing emails, whether it's in an autoresponder sequence, where it may go out to somebody in 6 months' time, someone that you don't even know, in the middle of the night. Imagine that you're writing to your friend or to your one customer. If you're getting stuck on how to write, on what to do, imagine your friend, like our avatar, our ideal customer is Mike. So sometimes when I get stuck, I start off with, hey Mike, what did you do at the weekend? Well, I did this, I did that. And I actually write as if I am writing to my friend. Now this doesn't get sent. This is just to get me into the swing of writing to Mike, writing to a single person, rather than trying to imagine writing en masse. Now, as I get into the swing of the writing, I then delete that stuff and keep the content for later. But by then I've got into the notion, it got it into my head that I'm communicating with a single person. Once you can get that going, you will find that your marketing material is a lot more successful. And you're going to think, well, how can I translate that on my website? How can I translate that into my brochures and other printed content? Well, just remember, every single person that reads whatever you produce is a single person. They don't hold it up in a group and all read it at the same time. It's just an individual. And that individual will feel much more in sync with you and much more appreciative if they feel that you have empathy, if you are talking to them, just them. If you refer to them as part of a group, it's not going to work, and unless of course they're part of your community. I mean, if you take something like say John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire refers to his listeners as Fire Nation. Now he gets them built up and they feel part of a community, so that's slightly different. They want to be part of the community because they're proud of it. But generally, if you refer to people, I mean if you refer to your list or your members or your just if you say all our customers, that's of no use. Just talk to an individual, talk to you. You can say you as a loyal customer of ours that we have appreciated because of your whatever. You can talk to them in that way, but remember, it's just to that individual. Anyway, I've beaten that to death. I hope it sunk in. It should improve your communication, especially practice this with your social media and with your email marketing. Okay, it is Tuesday, time for a toolbox tip, and today it's for it's a British tool actually, I discovered, although it doesn't really matter, it's the World Wide Web. It's called Designer. And if the website is at Designer, which has 2 R's on the O, designer.io. Lots of new software apps have .io on the end. Don't know where that came from. I think it's something to do with the programmer types, but who cares? Makes it easy to know what it's about. Now, at the moment, at the time of this recording, they had a special offer. So when you go to the site, just check out their special offer, because this one isn't free. But I will talk about lead magnets and content upgrades. Again, you'll have to go and see what all that's about, but their site will show you. It's got a good example, a fantastic video shows how this works. But what it does is it takes content from your website, from any website you have, and it will create it into a lead magnet or into an ebook, something that subscribers can then sign up for to receive and add to your list. So if you've got a blog post, in fact you can actually add 3 blog posts in, I believe. If you've got a blog post on your website, it's got the header, the sidebar, the social media share buttons and the footer and comments at the bottom, all that stuff. This extracts it. It is really clever. You really do have to go watch the video to see, but it's an easy, no excuse way of creating something for someone to subscribe to. So when they read your post, you can put at the top to download this episode, this post, or out in a readable format. Just click here, and we'll send it to you straight away. And they add your anyway. Go check it out. Brilliant. So designer.io with 2 R's on the end. Okay. Enjoy Mark Schaefer's interview tomorrow. I will be back to you on Thursday with another great tip.